Hi, this is Marie Osmond, and you're listening to Mike Betten.
This morning on KLMJ, we are excited to welcome Marie Osmond. Marie, how you doing?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
I'm doing fine. And first off, we want to congratulate you as you recently got married.
Well, thank you so much. I'm very grateful and happy.
Well, that's good. It's good to see you happy and brings you to the good life, isn't it?
Oh, well, there's a segue.
Marie, let's kind of go back. It's been 30 years since you and Donnie have released anything. And
it's amazing since I'm 29. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I figured. 29 and you're doing well. Why did it take so long for you guys to get back together and do a CD?
I had to wait for Donnie to grow up, and so that's why we did it. No. You know what? With all truthfulness, we always knew we'd do something together again, and we agreed to do 6 weeks. A show here in Las Vegas, and that's evolved into 3 years now, and they want us to stay another year and a little more after that. But we thought, you know what, we're here in Vegas, we're having a great time, the shows are sold out, and we thought, you know what, if there's ever going to be a time to do something, it's now. And so we went into the studio, got Buddy Cannon, who is just one of the best producers ever, and went in and picked some fantastic songs by some incredible writers, and we're having a great time. We're living the good life, right?
That's right. And, with you and Donnie, it's been magical over the years, but, siblings sometimes don't always get together that great together, but you guys have really worked good together.
Well, I'm glad that that's a perceived persona. No, I'm kidding. We do have fun, and I think there is something about sibling harmonies, that sound, that blend or whatever, but, we just feel very blessed, and we're having a great time doing it. It is fun. We joke around. I think everybody may find some kind of relatable something to a brother-sister relationship. We were saying about, the only other brother-sister that we know of were the Carpenters. And I told Donnie, Richard didn't say much, and he should learn something from that. Don't you think, Mike?
Yeah, has he?
I don't know. Oh, we're having a good time. We are.
Well, I tell you what, Marie, and this is the CD that's out, and it's called The Good Life is a single from it. Let's first start with that. And how did that become the single that you picked from the CD?
Well, it was really the record company, I think, that started with it. And also, I'm one of the founders of Children's Miracle Network. I don't know if you've seen the hot air balloon out there. We help 17 million children every year, and 100% of the money goes to the kids. But Walmart is our number one contributor, and you'll notice in the lyric it says, he worked at Walmart. Mm-hmm. And we thought, what a fun thing. Walmart's carrying the CD. It's a great way to promote it. It's just a very... it's kind of interesting. Country has evolved so much. I'm a little bit country. I love country music. Started out at age 12 recording it with Paper Roses. And country has evolved so much, but it's almost like country used to be 80s pop, don't you think?
Yeah, I think
so. And
so.
if you listen to some of the early Donnie and Marie songs, like Leaving It All Up to You and Make the World Go Away, and some of those songs, it's kind of an 80s pop thing that's happening in country music today. So Good Life sounded the most like the original Donnie and Marie songs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think the first time I heard it, it does sound like Donnie and Marie.
Yeah, it's definitely a Donnie and Marie sound. It's a Donnie and Marie song. And so I think that's probably why everybody just concurred that would be the first single. I mean, there's some other great songs on there and some fantastic writers. To me, it's all about the song and the writer. And we have some great ones from, Carole King, and we have Babyface and Carol Bear Sager, David Foster. You have Gary Baker, who, wrote I Swear and songs like that. And so just wonderful songs on there.
Now, there's a lot of songs on here, more than you usually get on a regular CD, which is great for a Donnie Marie fan. I know I'm one for the past, and the whole the Osmond family. We seen them when we seen your brothers when we were down to Branson last year, and what a great show that was, too.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you had fun.
And with this, is there a certain song that comes to mind that, if you had to pick one in particular being your favorite?
Well, I like all of them. None of them would be on there. I love Beautiful Life. That's probably one of my favorite songs on there. I love I Know This Much Is True. I love You Can Do Anything. Personally, My Reflection is probably one of my favorite songs, and I Can't Wait to Love You. But we each did 2 solo songs on there. My son actually wrote I Can't Wait to Love You. I don't know if you know that. Buddy Cannon's daughter wrote my reflection. So, there's just a lot of songs on there. I Swear was written on my bus. Gary Baker and Frank Myers, who wrote the song, were my bass and guitar player.
Wow, that's neat.
And that's why that song is on there. So, it's just a lot of fun, silly things like that on the album. Great writers, great friends.
Well, Marie, before we went on, I was told that the first week out, the CD on Billboard sales charts was number 7. That is fantastic.
Isn't that fantastic? I know, we were thrilled. I just went, oh my gosh, Donnie, you're a little bit country. It was awesome.
We talked about your show in Vegas, and that has been something, too. Like you said, they continued on. You started basically...
Yeah, for 6 weeks, and then that evolved into a 6-month stint, and then that evolved into a 3-year. And now they want us to do 2 more years, and I said, let's just do 1 year, and we'll see where it goes from there. But we're having a great time. And, it's like we said, we still do our individual things, and we tour and do our own shows, but to see Donnie and Marie, you come to Vegas, and then we are doing a Christmas tour. We did 3 weeks in New York on Broadway last year, and this year we're going to go to Detroit and Chicago, which are the number 2 markets, and we're going up into Toronto for a couple weeks. So, it's fun. We've had a lot of offers to go over to like Australia and England and places like that to do the show, but it's really finding the time that's difficult. But my most favorite offer was we just got an offer to do Grand Ole Opry, so we're trying to find some place we can do that one.
Oh, fantastic.
Because I told Donnie, I said, are you kidding? I want to do that, and they invited us, and we actually did a thing for Children's Miracle Network, and Dolly was there, and Dolly's like, oh, we got to get you on the Opry, and I'm like, you kidding? I'd love it. So we're having fun.
Well, as you can say, you're living the good life. And Marie, I tell you what, the song's doing really well for you. It's good to see you back out there, you and Donnie, with a new CD, and sounds like things are really going well for you two right now.
Well, I couldn't be more grateful, and I think Donnie would concur on that as well. Especially for me to be a female who has been in this business as long as I've been and been able to work consistently, and I'm a little bit country, but in the show in Vegas, I've done many kinds of different types of singing. I guess my voice is kind of unique that I can sing many styles, from opera to Broadway to all those different shows that I've done throughout my life. But my heart is country, and I love this album because it's the music I really love, and it's fun. It's fun to work with my brother again. We're having a good time. Well,
Marie, it's always great to visit with you and wish you the best, and hope to see you down the road here.
Well, you need to come see the show, Mike.
Okay, I'm on the way.
Okay, do a contest. Fly in. Come on, let's do it.
Okay, thanks a lot, Marie.
Okay, bye-bye.
Marie Osmond right here on KLMJ.